of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
Welcome to a very warm Wednesday here in the Hassle Castle. It's a balmy 12 degrees out, Quad Cities. Hope you're enjoying it.
I'm going to lose the second coat.
Are you?
Yeah, I've been wearing it around.
Yeah.
Been walking
You're
around.
not even wearing your scarf today. You're so warm.
There.
Look at you.
I got it here.
You're so warm, you don't need your scarf.
Oh, no, it's back.
We're having a heat wave. Tropical heat wave.
Walked out yesterday. It felt great.
Oh, it's insane.
10 degrees. It's like, wow, this is great out.
Sunshine. Good
It's
Lord.
my favorite thing about the Midwest, the Quad Cities, when it's just a nice 45 degrees out in the springtime. You know, March,
Yeah.
April, 45 degrees. And people just driving around with their windows down, but the heat on blast.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite thing. Be like, I feel you, brother. That's me too.
Now flip that to September.
Uh-huh.
Not so much.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're like,
People are pissed.
I know. Yeah, so it definitely happens. We'll get into more and more sports things. Please tell me you didn't let me down.
I watched The Rock.
Ah, the Young Rock.
Young Rock.
This is the story that is breaking our day.
I can't say that Mookie was as enthused about it as I was. It was good.
Okay.
Did you like it?
Let me tell you why this is going to work.
It's got all right. It's kind of got that. It's breaking the wall barrier type thing with the person, you know, kind of him in the background telling what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's all make believe, like it's part of the future. You know, him running for president. Very
Yep.
funny, by the way.
Yeah.
Which probably will at
Yes.
some point.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so the guy that's interviewing him is that agent, that FBI agent from the Marvel
Okay.
MCU. He's a
Yep.
great actor, by the way. He's real funny.
He's the one that's one of the what's it called? The Easter eggs in Ant-Man when he does a card trick.
Yeah.
He's the agent in that. And he goes, show me
Yeah.
that card trick. And then in WandaVision, he does it again.
Which is getting really interesting, too.
Okay. I need to catch up.
But anyway, so, yeah, just great the whole way they laid it out. Him as a little kid, Jesse Armstead, Russell Maryland, just all the name dropping, Andre the Giant, the Wild Samoans. I mean, things that I guess
Okay.
I never realized.
For those who are new
Yeah.
to this, and for those who are not so new to me, you know I watch a lot of bad television. And this is not,
It's borderline.
no. I got
It's
worse.
funny, though.
I've got worse for you.
Yeah.
But, so this is about The Rock growing up, and it's Young Rock. So there's basically there's 4 different versions of him. There's him growing up when he's like 10, something like that.
Yeah.
There's him growing up when he's like 16, 17. And then there's him in college.
Yeah.
And then the 4th one is 2032, where he's telling basically a story as he's in an interview.
Right.
Basically, we'll just call it like a 2020 interview or 60 minutes or something. He says, sit down. Now, the guy you call the agent, I forget his name. He is also the father, the patriarch in Fresh Off the Boat. The guy who created Fresh Off the Boat is the same guy who created this. And one of the main producers and head writers used to be a writer for the WWE. So, this is all filmed down in Australia. Why this is going to work. It's a nostalgia piece. So if you really look back on it, the Wonder Years did fine.
Yeah.
Did well.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
The Goldbergs is on season like 8.
And it reminds me a little bit of Malcolm in the Middle, too.
A little bit of that. Fresh Off the Boat, even though you may have never seen it.
Never did.
It was a 90s nostalgia, what it was like growing up as an Asian American in like Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
And it was all 90s related. And lastly, as much as people probably don't want to admit it, Cobra Kai. Because although Cobra Kai is set in today, there's so much that goes back to Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. It makes it relatable to the adult viewer who's watching it with their family. That's why I'm saying this is going to work. Because a 10-year-old can relate to this. A tweener can relate to it because they see themselves in high school or whatever else.
Right.
And any type of athlete wants to see it. Now, the adult, me and you, we can look back on it and say, like, that guy looks like Iron Sheik.
Did a great job.
That guy.
Those Wild Samoans were
Wild Samoans were dead on.
spitting image.
Like, that makes me think, like, those two guys who are the Wild Samoans, what were they doing ahead of time?
Yeah.
Till finally someone's like, hey, did you happen to see there's a casting call for people that look like the Wild Samoans? And you guys would be great. And
I
they're
mean,
like,
the dude,
okay.
the Andre the Giant dude was great.
Andre the Giant's great. JYD, awesome.
Check your dog.
We haven't yet to see Randy Macho Man Savage.
No.
He'll be in there soon. Yeah, but Andre the Giant was great. This is going to work because of that you can sit down with your 8 to 15-year-old and watch the show every week because you get to go back. And it might even start, it's perfect timing because you're at the road to WrestleMania right now. And anybody that has any type of inkling of maybe watching professional wrestling is going to pay attention now and catch up on storylines for the ultimate thrill ride, the WrestleMania. And I get like this every year. Road to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. And then May, I usually say, I'm done. I'm out of this. I'm out. But now it's Road to WrestleMania time. I think it wasn't...
I watched Monday Night Raw the other night a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Charlotte Flair had a tag team match against that one girl that's cheating with her dad or whatever.
Yeah, but that storyline's going to change.
Well, that's all right.
Lacey Evans is pregnant in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that they'll have something to do with Ric Flair in there. It's something dumb. But, all right, Young Rock was on NBC last night. Honestly, his dad looks like Rocky Johnson,
Yeah.
the real guy, actor playing it.
Well, at the end of the movie, they showed an actual picture of him and his dad. Mm-hmm. It was great.
The funny thing is, yes, it's basically based in 2032, so there's nothing really present going on. The only thing that I was like, all those wrestlers were great, and they are trained in ring because there'll be a lot of in ring stuff coming up. They're trained in ring by Chavo Guerrero, who is a former WWE and WCW superstar, who also trained the Ladies of Glow on Netflix, and that had a 3-year run also.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, their show on Netflix. So he trained them. I just don't. I want basically everything The Rock touches outside of his first Survivor Series in 1996, I would say, and he had a good run of about 2 years, or maybe about a year and a half, where fans didn't like him. Ever since then, everything The Rock has touched has turned to gold.
Except for that when he was the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, that movie didn't go over well.
Pretty stupid.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan was also like into some things too. He was like Mr. Nanny or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that threw me off.
This Jumanji thing's been really big for him.
The only thing. Did you catch when he said when he was in 2032 and he's like, I did something in Jumanji 5? That I caught that. That was good.
Yeah.
He talks about it and I was like, wait a minute, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
I like it when he's holding that he's joking. He's holding that big giant. It's some sort of fruit. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a watermelon. It was like a giant
Kevin
gourd
Hart,
or something. Look, it's Kevin Hart's ego.
Yeah. So the U.
Dude, that was great.
Did they purposely make everybody else look like they would have been playing football at Nyack to make him look bigger?
I don't know.
I mean, Russell Maryland
was a beast, dude.
was staring. Russell Maryland character was staring up at him. Yeah. Who was the linebacker?
Jesse Armstead.
Jesse Armstead was looking up at him. Come on.
Russell Maryland was the number 1 overall pick. He went to the Dallas Cowboys.
I know who he was. I'm just saying, if you go back and watch it, they're at least a foot smaller than him.
Might have been number 1 overall. He was a number 1 pick, though. Yeah.
The guys that went around him when he's putting up 35 reps of 225 is thin as I am. I'm like, this is a U in 1990. Like,
no, they were just trying to make him look bigger. It's fine. I get it.
But during that scene, it's actually decreasing his ego because he realizes he realizes that his dad has beefed him up. It's all part of the gimmick, all part of the work. But I don't think there was any need to make him look bigger than the rest because Dewey Johnson, and I love that they call him Dewey. Dewey Johnson wasn't like an All-American.
No.
Yeah, so It's just strange. I like the show. It will work no matter what. It's something that you can watch it with your kids. It's good for nostalgia reasons if you grew up watching the WWF. Yeah, the Andre the Giant thing is great, and I look forward to see who they have.
Oh, when he says it's fake. It's all fake anyway.
You don't say the F word around here?
Do not use the F word.
Yeah, now we hug. So I'm glad you watched it, which leads to a question we're going to have a little bit later on about some things to do with wrestling. I've got something worse for you to watch.
God, what are you doing to me?
I found this, and rightfully so. Like, I like to have things on in the background to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. That I can come back.
Speaking of that, I'm old man, dude. I fell asleep at 10 o'clock last night.
I was
insane.
A little bit later. The night before, actually, I fell asleep by like 9, but I was up a little bit later last night. But fall asleep like, boy, oh boy.
What is it?
Have you ever watched The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher?
No.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's kind of the same storyline over and over again, but again, it's mindless stuff that you can put on the background. You can do the dishes, you can fall asleep, you can do whatever else. I enjoy that stuff where I don't really have to think too much about what's going on. So there's a new show, and I stumbled across it. I think it started on Monday, and it stars Kevin James, and it's by the same guy, written by the same guy who created the Ranch, and it's called The Crew.
Is it on Netflix?
It is.
I saw like whatever, just like if you're on Netflix, if you're like scrolling through and you touch on something, it'll play something.
Yeah, I'll do the preview for you if you leave it on too long. Yeah. Well,
and
he's basically the chief of a NASCAR race team, and he's been part of the team for 25 years and keeps his crew together, but the guy finally retires, and the guy who owns it, and he hands it off to his daughter, who, she just wants to win and make cuts. And so basically I'm only like on episode 3.
Right.
But I can tell you right now it's going to be terrible, but I'm going to just...
You're going to watch it?
I'll fall asleep through it, yeah.
Dude, we tried... Remember I told you about the Rain? Or Rain?
Yeah.
It's about Mary, Queen of Scots?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
oh, my God. Whoever recommended that to my wife, right now, do something like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go say you're sorry. Come on, man. It was just horrible. I'm like, what is this? We had to change it. So hopefully we can get into, I know a lot of recommendations out there, Bird. Yellowstone.
Yes.
So.
All right. I know you watch Billions. Have you watched
Billions.
Succession?
No, I think Billions is supposed to be coming out with a new.
From what I understand,
New
this is Yellowstone is Succession with cowboy hats and cowboy boots.
Okay.
So I watched like the first episode of like Succession. I told you I'd watch Billions, but I haven't gotten around to that. But yes, I'll give you updates on how the crew is going or whatever else. But I don't have a lot of warm thoughts for it, warm feelings the way I do for Young Rock.
It was good. Now, just every Tuesday night, is that what it is?
Well, they're going to do the episode 1 again on Thursday, just for people who missed it. But with this day and age, you can stream it on almost anything.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it'll be Tuesday nights. And I didn't watch Keenan afterwards, but really I wanted to talk more about Young Rock because it's a little
changed
bit more...
it right after. I don't know. Keenan doesn't do anything for me.
I think Keenan's great, but if you remember back when we did Dapper Crap and I did Saturday Night Live draft, I thought I killed the Saturday Night Live draft when I got to take Keenan. So
yeah, he just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. He was great this weekend. I did see that they made fun of the Gorilla Glue lady. Mm-hmm. That was pretty good.
All right, we are going to take our first break, but before we do, I'll give you today's trivia question. Do you want to write this down first?
Okay.
Charles Woodson this month became the 10th member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame who also won the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
Can you name the other 9, and I'll give you the years?
Well, let me see if I can do it.
Okay, and then you after that, when we
Yeah.
come back from break, you want to see if you can do it, and then I'll cross off as it goes, and I can give you years from there.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
Locally owned and operated since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you're looking to cater an event or you're just looking to get something for your home chef, you can check them out online at tricityequipment.com, or do like I did. Stop down to 527 West 4th Street, did today, Bird.
Oh,
and
nice.
you can check out their 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 items in stock. And they especially love it when I remind you that you can match. They do match any online pricing and deliver to Quad City residents. So, hey, you don't need Amazon anymore, kids. Give them a call, 563-322-5382. Kevin, any of the people down there, they'll be a nice, warm welcome. Showroom hours.
Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, tell them we sent you too. 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
What do I do with the #1 overall pick? I know the New York Jets are sitting there at #2. Everyone seems to think that Joe Douglas says that he's going to go lock and step with whoever he hires as the head coach to make a decision on Sam Darnold's future. But let's assume that that person moves on from Sam Darnold or want to move on from Sam Darnold. I'm Urban Meyer, and I like Justin Fields because I helped recruit him, I know him, and I'm sitting at the #1 spot. And the Jets are at 2. What I would do is pick up the phone to the Jets and say, hey, we're interested in Trevor Lawrence, but we hear you are too. You want to trade it and move one spot up? I tell you what, give me everything that you got in the first round this year, and I'll let you jump in front of me and take that spot to get Trevor Lawrence, because I really want Justin Fields without you really knowing that.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's been less than a week since the Texans released J.J. Watt, but the market for the 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year is already red hot. Titans GM John Robinson confirmed Tuesday that he has been in touch with Watt's agent. Tennessee head coach Mike Vrabel was once Watt's D coordinator in Houston. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the Browns, Bills, and Steelers have also contacted Watt's reps. Another Pro Bowl defender is also now on the market. The Panthers released defensive tackle Kawan Short. The move saves Carolina nearly $9 million in cap space. The Dolphins shored up their special teams, signing kicker Jason Sanders to a 5-year, $22 million extension. Sanders was an All-Pro in 2020, making 36 of 39 field goal attempts. And projected first overall pick Trevor Lawrence had surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder Tuesday. Doctors say there were no complications, and the Clemson QB is expected to be fully healthy by training camp. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Janae and Golick Jr.
The difference that a ring makes in a Hall of Fame campaign, like the one Phillip Rivers is going to get ready for, is seismic for me,
I don't
Janae.
like you. I don't like you right now.
Why is that?
I really don't like you. Because, I am 28 years old, professional athlete currently for the LA Sparks. And I come front every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to win a championship. It matters so much to me because I feel like, honestly, that's the only thing I haven't really done. I did it in high school, didn't get to do it in college. And then now at the professional level against the best of the best, that's awesome. But it's funny because it's graded on the scale of how much does a championship matter to that athlete, right? At some point, some people are just good with their legacy being pretty good and better than most. But, I just think it's funny because every time these things are sometimes subjective per the athlete. I would love it, but I'm still good regardless, but it would help.
Janae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. Talk about local sports. Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon till 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Don't Hassle Us Local, AM 1170. All right, Bird.
All right, before we went to break, it's not an easy question.
No.
So the question was, Charles Woodson this month became the 10th member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame who also won a Heisman Trophy Award. Can you name the other 9 is the question I gave to you, and is not an easy question at all.
No, I'm going to go through. I'm going to give you, I'm just going to give you the ones I think I know for sure.
Okay.
Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach in 1963 won the Heisman Trophy Award. He is on that list.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson in 1968 won the Heisman Trophy Award. He is on that list.
Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett won the Heisman Trophy in 1976 and is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You are correct.
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown won the Heisman Trophy in 1987. He is on that list. That is 4 out of 9 so far.
Oh, boy, it gets tough here. Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Okay, I thought he wasn't. Okay. Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen won the Heisman Trophy Award in 1981.
Okay. So I'm missing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. I need four more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to give you some years?
Give me some years.
Earliest to us or furthest away?
Just give them earliest.
1948.
Oh boy.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 1956.
Okay.
1977.
Okay.
1988.
Oof.
And from there, I can give you hints from there if you want.
Okay.
Go with the 1988. Take a guess there. Think.
88 was Rocket Ishmael, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
No, it was Vinny Testaverde.
Mm-mm.
88.
Oklahoma State running back.
Oh, Barry Sanders.
Very good.
Gosh, I should have got that one. Barry Sanders. Let's see. 1977. Was that Jim Plunkett?
No.
No. 77.
It was a running back.
Oh, He played for the Oilers.
He did play for the Oilers.
Oh, come on, man. How can
Think of soup?
It's not helping me. Earl Campbell.
There you go. 1977 Earl Campbell, University of Texas.
All right.
Okay. 56?
56, is that Johnny Unitas?
It is not Johnny Unitas.
Is it Bart Starr?
It is not.
I don't know if I'm going to get these last two. Give me a hint. Like, what NFL team do they play for?
Green Bay Packers. Gotten a little bit... I think he just passed away recently. Got in a little bit of trouble for gambling.
It's not Bart Starr.
No, it's a running back, fullback.
It's he played with Johnny Lujack, right?
I believe so.
He was one of the Four Horsemen. Paul Hornig.
Paul Hornig, yeah.
That was 56.
That was 56, and the last one.
48.
48.
Who do you play NFL for? Oh, Jim Brown. No.
The best running back in college football award is named after him.
Doak Walker? No.
There you go.
Doak Walker?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There you go. Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
do too bad. That was tough.
No, you didn't
man.
do bad at all. That's one of the toughest ones we've gotten. So no, that was a really good one. Really good job.
I got Bo Jackson wrong. Who else was the other one I got wrong? Oh, I guessed I had two wrong on 88. I forgot about Barry Sanders. I believe I forgot about Barry Sanders.
Spring training's here. We'll get to the National League that you wanted me to do.
Yeah.
General reporting starts today, February 26th. For those of you who have a calendar out there, February 26th, mandatory reporting begins. February 28th, exhibition games begin. April 1st is your opening day. July 13th is the All-Star Game in Atlanta, which the NBA has hosting the All-Star Game as well. You see that the mayor asked people not to travel to come to it?
Yeah.
Good luck to that. October 3rd, the regular season ends. October 26th, World Series Game 1 is scheduled to start. MLB's health and safety protocols will give spring training a slight different look. There's a mandatory 5-day quarantine for all players prior to reporting. There's altered schedules in Florida's Grapefruit League to cut down on travel. Camps are capped at 75 players to limit crowding, and most minor leaguers won't report until big leaguers have decamped. Attendance will be limited to about 25% capacity in areas where the laws allow for even that many fans. The other thing, I can't confirm or deny, I was reading about this when I was talking about the minor league yesterday. I do believe in 2021 there will not be a postseason in the minor leagues.
Just because of COVID?
Yeah.
All right.
Just because I think it's just more of...
Well, it doesn't really make any sense to me, but all right.
Yeah, I have to look more into it.
You can play the regular season, but you can't play the postseason because you can only get COVID during the postseason. Got it. Makes sense.
Just letting you know. Okay, so yesterday...
Wear your mask. Don't be an anti-masker.
Yesterday, you came up with what was it, Fangraph? That has the percentage?
Fangraphs, yeah. Our friend Jessica Kleinschmidt tweeted this out. You had completed the entire American League yesterday, so you were kind of...
For point of reference.
Yeah, you were doing pretty well.
The Yankees have the highest percentage chance to make it to the World Series, right? It's just to make it.
Yeah, make it. They have the highest percentage chance in the American League.
And that was at 91?
91.6.
91.6, okay.
And then Houston was second in the American League, 71.4.
Hold on. And the Orioles had 0.
The Orioles have 0% chance of making the
And
World
who
Series.
had the 1.8 or something?
0.8 were the Texas Rangers.
Okay, thank you.
And then Detroit had a 2% chance.
What if you're the Texas Rangers?
Yeah.
Before we get into this, what if you're the Texas Rangers and you build this Costco park?
Yeah.
Brand new park.
Yeah.
Sure, it's lovely.
Yeah.
And then COVID hits.
Yeah.
And you have a team the next year that has a 1.8% chance of making it to
Not even
World
1.8.
Not even 0.8. You're the Texas Rangers ownership.
Yeah. You didn't think that through.
You did not think that through when you built that.
A lot of free agents out there I think I would have been trying to get, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're doing a ground-up approach.
We'd love to show you our wonderful park. We just can't let you in with the facilities.
Or you don't want to come.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, no, we suck again.
Take a word for it. It's great here.
Yeah.
It looks great. But we can't let you in. It's just...
All right, Bird. Well,
okay.
we're going to start out with the National League East.
The National League East. Well, this is going to be a tough one here because the Mets have made some moves.
Mm-hmm.
Have they made enough moves to make themselves the favorite in that division over the Braves? Because they have to be the favorite. Okay. I'm going to go with the Braves are the favorite still.
Okay, they're not.
The Mets are then.
Yep.
The Mets have to make the World Series. We're going to knock that down a peg. A 79% chance.
Pretty close, 81.
Okay. Then it's the Braves.
Yep.
They're not far off from that.
Not too far.
71.
Pretty close, 67.
Okay.
Almost 68. 67.8.
Then the third, and that's going to be the Nationals.
Yes.
And we're going to drop down to, if we just did 67, you said?
Mm-hmm.
We'll drop down to 42.
Well, invert those numbers, 24.
Wow, that's a big drop off. Okay.
Yep.
So then we've got the Marlins.
Nope.
No.
Your favorite player.
Oh, the Phillies? They're that far out? What's wrong with me? I think I just automatically gave him a shoe. No. All right, so if the 24 is there, they can't be much more either. 20.
13.
Dang it. And then the Marlins?
Yeah.
6.5. 6.5. Less than that?
Yeah.
2.5.
No.
1.5.
No.
0.5.
Close. 0.7.
Jeez. Poor Don Mattingly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Central.
The Central, the favorite is the Cardinals.
Correct.
All right, to make the World Series, though. All right. Point of reference. The Mets were what?
81.
Thank you. 76.
No.
What?
36.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I was just being polite. 36 is fine. Then second best is the Brewers.
Yep.
27.
35.
Oh, right there with them. Good for them. Then the third is the Cincinnati Reds.
No.
No, that's not true. The Cubs are fourth.
No, Cubs are in third.
I understand what Fangraphs. I'm telling you where the Cubs are going to end up for this year.
I'm just telling you what they're saying.
35?
21.
No. I'm saying 35 was that. I would have gone less. All right, so if they're 21 and the Reds can't be much further than that, Reds are 17.
Yep, 18.
Okay. And then the Pirates are 2.4.
0.4.
0.4. Okay.
You had a point, right? Mm. All right, the West.
Well, this is the Dodgers.
Yes.
And you already said the Yankees were the highest in all of Major League, right?
No, highest in the American League.
Okay, so Dodgers are highest in all of Major League. Can I guess that?
That is correct.
Thank you. All right. Easer A's is guessing 97.5.
Okay.
That's so high to make the World Series. I'll just go 95. I'll invert it. 95.7.
You're both really close. It's 96.7. Wow. That is really close. Both of you are really close.
Then it's the Padres.
Yes. I'll give you a hint.
It's in the 80s.
It's higher than the Yankees.
Oh, that's sick. Wow. 94.5.
92.9.
God, that West.
It's going to be so fun to watch. It's a great year to be a Padre fan.
Like, if this isn't the one time that if Major League Baseball, DirecTV, anybody, and I know they're cutting out because now Bally's bought out Fox Sports, like Midwest, all the Fox Sports, and now it's called Bally's, and they're dropping it from like your Hulu packages or whatever else. But if there's not a time to be like, we're going to slash prices and you can watch games, and so you can watch a 10 o'clock, a West Coast game, this is the time, because Padres and Dodgers are just going to beat each other up. It's going to be fun, and they're going to beat up on everyone else when they're not beating up on each other.
Well, all right, I'm going to give you another hint for the rest of them.
Yeah.
The next three teams are a significant drop-off.
I would assume so.
I mean significant. I'm giving you a huge hint here.
I would assume so. Okay. I'm going to go in this order.
All right.
Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
15-10-5.
Wow. 7.9, 2.1, 0.1.
Jeez. Yeah. I gave too much. Yeah. There's just, I don't think anybody but the Dodgers or the Padres are coming out of that division. It's just.
It's going to be, but yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's almost like when we were talking about it with Kleinschmidt when she was on a while back.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Padres are fun because they're fun to watch.
Yeah, you have Tatis Jr., last year,
Right.
the guy who swung a 3-0 pitch with the base load to hit the grand slam. Like, it's just, those are the types of
But
things.
you got the new uniforms are hot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's San Diego.
It's San Diego. I don't know if that's the selling point
It's
for
San Diego.
I'm with you on it, but I don't know if, a lot of people are like, it's San Diego.
Whatever, man. San Diego's a blast, dude.
No.
Absolute blast.
Again, I'm not going to argue about that at all because I like the brown and yellow together. I like the older uniforms. I didn't like it when they switched in the 90s and used the orange and the navy blue or anything like that. I think something like San Diego needs this. And
Definitely.
the Dodgers need the type of
they need a rivalry.
Yeah. And it's not a rivalry, but they need something to keep them going within their division.
I mean, the Dodgers are going to be. It's sick. The Dodgers are just sickening, and it's. I mean, adding Trevor Bauer to that team, to that lineup. I mean, just insane. But obviously, what the Padres are sporting out there is pretty solid too.
Oh yeah.
So.
These are the type of, if you're, it can be stressful. Right now to be a Cub fan, especially right now.
It's terrible right now to be a Cub
right
fan.
now, the whole Chris Bryant talks and the Cubs are saying we're not talking to the Mets about Chris Bryant, but they're not saying the Mets are talking to us. They're not saying they aren't talking to us. They're just like, yeah, we're not. It doesn't mean that they're not, talking to them and saying hey, what are you interested
They're
in?
getting
What
rid
can
of
we do?
everything, and they've done nothing. They just signed Jake Arrieta back?
Yeah, you know what else they just brought back?
Who?
Pedro Strop.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you buy, this is what happens when you buy up the area around there. And then you have a global pandemic that gets shut down everything. When you have in the area, you have buildings that have restaurants and bars in them. Or you have tenants up above that live there that can't afford to pay rent. This is what happens when you buy up the entire area and a global pandemic hits. And I know there are places that are building everything and they're trying to use this model, but they have to sell off stuff.
Sell off the properties then. Don't sell off the players. Really?
Hey, they got your World Series in 2016.
You know what someone just said on Twitter, and I 100% agree.
What's that?
The 2016 Cubs are now the 85 Bears.
Okay.
As Cub fans, we will go on and talk about this 2016 team 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now.
I can see that. I can see that comparison because the possibility of there to repeat was there, but a few injuries here and there. Same thing with the Bears, a possibility to repeat, but an injury to Jim McMahon, and then it just slowly kind of dwindles away.
And the NFL is probably even harder to.
That's a really, really good analogy.
But I mean, baseball, they had it. I mean, they were in the playoffs the next 2 years.
But yeah, let's go with the 85.
Well, actually, next
85 Bears into
they were in 17, 18, 19. The next 4 years. They were in the playoffs last year. So they're in the they're not making the playoffs this year.
No.
There's not a chance. There's not a snowball's chance now.
It would take a lot. It would be
take a miracle from I don't know where.
It would be like a stand up of Jed Hoyer and they take a piece of jigsaw puzzle off of clothing the entire time.
Well,
like Major League.
Jake Arrieta is going to start pitching like he did in whatever year it was, 15. That was his best year, 15.
Yeah.
So he's got to roll the clock back.
He had 3 years with the Phillies, all with injuries or whatever else, but that's not. You can't keep bringing people back.
I mean, I love Jake Arrieta. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to get you. He's not getting you to the World Series.
The analogy, I think, is actually correct.
Darvish last year proved that the money you gave him finally was worth it, and then you trade him. I don't know. I mean, I get John Lester was old; he had to go. I get that. I get all that, but I don't know.
I want to go back to the analogy though, because I think it's very. I think someone thought that tweet out, which is rare.
Yeah.
And I think it's accurate, and I think it's worth a retweet and a like. The little shtick gets old. Players are getting older. They want to get paid. They want to do it. Yeah, they want to win. But the Super Bowl shuffle's no longer there for the 85-86 Bears. You can't recreate that. Nor can you recreate the hunger plus we're young enough that we'll listen to the older guys who will listen to the manager when we think it's funny to bring in puppies to have a petting zoo to break the monotony of things. Or, hey, rookies, you guys all got to wear onesies and come off the bus and people take photos and isn't it cute and funny? Or, hey, we're all going to dress up like this time. And everyone does it and be like,
Right.
ha, ha, ha. And then eventually they become professionals. And they're like, we don't want to do this. We don't want to pet a baby goat. We just want to play ball. Can I go hit my reps? Can I hit 7 to right field, 7 up the middle, 7 to left, and just go about my business? Joe Madden? Yes, and I'm going to try not to suck anymore. That's the type of things that they eventually... They're all great ideas, and it worked.
Yeah.
But eventually you become a professional, and you go, I don't want to do this anymore. And so 85-86 Bears, they don't repeat. You have the problem with Buddy Ryan and Coach Dicka, and you're tired of that. And you also... Eventually, you don't want it to be offense versus defense, and we're going to be up in Wisconsin in training camp, and we're going to fight each other because defense versus offense, strong side, weak side. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that stuff, it's like, I don't want to hit him. I'm not mad at him.
Right.
I'm mad at the team that's coming tomorrow for a scrimmage. And it's the same thing. So that's a really good tweet, and it's a good analogy. And that's unfortunate to hear if you're a Cub fan.
Well, yeah.
But the beauty of it is, though, T-Roy, is that we have Facebook memories, and you can share them.
Sure do.
And you can and come in this October, you can say, 5 years ago, look at where I was when this happened.
Great.
Isn't this awesome?
Yep.
5 years ago.
They just don't know how to continue to sustain it, and it's just frustrating.
Yeah. I bet. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to call Jake from Elite Sportsbook, talk to him about what they got going on. We'll be right back here at ESPN 1170. Don't hassle us, we're local.
Hey, Quad Cities, you need to stop going to the social media places asking everybody for advice on whatever it is you're trying to do. Listen, you don't need it. There is a Locals Love Us guide out there. All you need to do is grab one, go to the table of contents, and find what you're looking for. Or if you can't do that, grab your phone, type in localsloveus.com in the web browser. Then you click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. It's easy to use. Even Jaybird and I can do it. So make sure you get in and check them out. Those are our friends from Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah! You like that? You like that?
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Those kids and their darn music. More from the Iowa Almanac in a moment.
I'm Michael Swanger, owner and publisher of Iowa History Journal. Start the new year by reading our January-February issue. It's packed with interesting stories, including African-American publisher and civil rights activist James B. Morris Sr. Discover the beauty of Iowa's crinoids. Read about the history of Northwest Iowa, and revisit the Amish school crisis of 1965 that captured the world's attention. Get your copy of Iowa History Journal at Hy-Vee or Fairway, or by going to iowahistoryjournal.com.
It's become something of a stereotype. Parents complain about their children's taste in music. Then those children grow up and become parents who complain about their children's music. Rarely, though, does a sitting governor weigh in on the topic. But then again, Harold Hughes always did speak his mind.
Harold Hughes for governor, he's the one. It takes a big man to get a big job done. New strength for Iowa, new progress to be won. Vote for Hughes for governor.
In a speech to the Iowa Bank Auditors and Controllers Conference at the Hyperion Club in Des Moines on this date in 1966, Hughes said, quote, "Our young people may wear their hair in weird fashions and listen to god-awful music, but then young people have always done things of equally ridiculous nature, and we have survived." Hughes went on to compare the anti-war sentiment of the time with past protests, and noted that America survived then, too. He said if any place on the troubled earth has a bright future, it is this patch of good earth and God-given abundance that we call Iowa. But the headline writers in the Des Moines Register focused on his comments about the god-awful music listened to by young people when they reported on Governor Hughes's speech delivered on this date in 1966. And that's Iowa Almanac for February 17th. I'm Jeff Stein.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
Tell Alexa to play ESPN 1170. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back, everybody, all you little hasslers out there. Hassle maniacs, if you will, to the show Don't Hassle's Local, AM 1170, live on Facebook. What are you calling somebody?
Yeah, I'm going to call Jake from Elite Sportsbook.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, just hold on here. I don't have it up and running like I should have. Too busy goofing around here in the, during the break. All right. Let's talk to old Jake. See what he's got for us. Jake.
This is Jake.
Yo, Jake, it's Jay on ESPN 1170 AM. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing all right. Days are getting warmer every day, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, we're above 10 degrees today.
I know.
No
moving
way.
in the right direction.
That's right. How are things going on your end?
Things are going great. The new sign-up process was launched last week, as you guys know, and you can sign up anywhere online from your phone, comfort of your home. And we've seen some good success with that, so we're going to be amping up promoting that. So anyone who hasn't signed up yet has a chance. Go to leadsportsbook.com, sign up online. Just need a ID and be over 21. And if you're a new user, you can get your first bet risk-free up to $500. So,
okay, take me through
I
this.
encourage people to try that out. It's exciting. And the app is right around the corner after that. So things are looking up here at Elite Sportsbook.
So when you sign up, so I know if you do it on your phone, you probably can just take the photo of your ID on your phone, right?
Actually, you just need your ID because you'll need the exact spelling of your name and whatever address you're currently registered at.
Uh-huh.
And you just use the last four of your social, so you don't even have to take a picture of your ID or anything like that.
Oh, that's great. That makes it a lot better because, yeah, I figured sometimes, I mean, and there's been other cases where you've had to take a picture of your photo, and I'm not just saying yours, but I know people have had trouble with that. And so if you're doing on computer, that you'd have to upload a photo, but you don't have to do that. You just go to elitesportsbook.com and sign up that way, just using your information on your ID. So that's great. I want to say I really enjoyed the NASCAR props that you did last week for the Daytona and the head-to-head that you could do as well. I thought that was a nice touch that you guys did for the auto racing.
Awesome, yeah. A lot of people enjoyed it. It ended up being an interesting finish of the race. So it was a good kind of start to the NASCAR season. And the development and risk team are working on providing some additional prop bets for NASCAR, too. So those are in the pipeline to come down and be offered in the upcoming months.
Gotcha. What are you guys working on? Anything else new?
Just kind of gearing up for this app launch. We're really excited. We put a lot of work into it. We're doing some final quality testing, and it's really smooth. Really excited to be able to offer that to our guests very soon. I know a lot of people have been waiting. There's a lot that goes into app development, but we're right there.
And I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking at the site now, as I often do. That's elitesportsbook.com, and just a reminder to people, you don't have to just bet a game that's going on today or tomorrow, or a game. There's other things you can bet. If you just navigate the site, you can bet futures on things. You can bet winners to win the NCAA tournament. Right now, Gonzaga's the favorite, obviously. Iowa's listed pretty good odds. They're the third favorite on your site. Illinois is the fourth. Michigan is the fifth favorite on your site. And it looks like there are 4 teams in the top 7 from the Big Ten. So the Big Ten's well represented on your site. For golf, you guys have stuff that's going on right now in the PGA Tour. You can also do futures for the Masters and the U.S. Open and the FedEx Cup Championship. I'm just listing off some of the things that I see on here because I often look through different things that I want to do. I know my man AC Earl likes to bet futures and more than he does just games, but you actually, and so the O'Reilly Auto Parts NASCAR is up and running. And are you guys going to do anything again with that? Or was it just for the Daytona that you're going to do head-to-head type of things?
Yeah, that was just for the Daytona. There will be head-to-head matchups available for mostly all the NASCAR races, depending on the size. But no prop bets, bonuses that go along with it or free bets. But just a little fun tease here, I guess. For the Iowa game this week, we're doing the $3 threes again. So if you wager $100 or more on either team, for every 3-pointer that's made, you'll get $3 back and free bets up to $30. So that'll go live on the site the day of the game because those odds don't go up until the night before at 8 p.m. So just look for that on game day, and that's kind of what we've got planned, kind of going through the weekend. Otherwise, we're gearing up for March Madness and putting all of our promotions together and looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's we're all kind of gearing up for March Madness. I think maybe after this weekend when we get into the 30s, maybe we'll start feeling a little bit more get that itch for it. But right now we're kind of just bundled up. But like we said earlier, it's nice that we're 10 and above. It feels a lot better than -10 out there. But yeah, the March Madness is definitely something that we're all eager for. Is there ever, and I've never seen this before, so I'm just asking a question, and you and I have not talked about this off the air. Is there ever anything that you guys are looking forward to, like the All-Star game at all for the NBA?
We keep all kind of large events in mind, promotion-wise and wager offering-wise. But nothing in particular that's really been on our radar. But I can definitely kind of roll it over with the team and see. Are you talking about prop bets or free bet bonuses or all the above?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know if they've gotten rid of the dunk contest, which I'm assuming they have. I was just actually going to look it up, but I didn't know if there was odds to win dunk contest, 3-point contest if they're having it, which I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, no, I think I remember we spoke about this last year when this kind of came about. Yeah. But yeah, I'll circle it with the team and see what's legal in Iowa to offer and what's not, and what some of these extra contests, where they fall within that category. Because I know some things in Iowa, if these contests aren't official or have some kind of ruling body that judges them, they may be illegal or frowned upon. So let me do some digging and I'll get back to you in that regard.
Perfect. Again, most importantly is that you guys can sign up online now and you don't have to go into Rhythm City or anything, but we encourage you to go to Rhythm City, check out everything they have to offer, go to the Draft Day Lounge. see all the things out there that, you guys have spa out there. You've got the buffet out there. You've got Ruthie's up above, right? So,
yeah. We got some great entertainment as well, and I can confidently announce, too, that we have approved and committed to showing UFC 259 and UFC 260 in the Rhythm Room on March 6th and March 27th. So that's free. There's no cover for that, so it's a great excuse to come down and watch the fights and have a night away, a little staycation if you want to. But that is for 21 plus.
Mm-hmm. In the Rhythm Room, it's in there. Yeah, it's 21
that,
plus. Yeah.
Before you come down.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because keep in mind that to everyone. In the Rhythm Room, it's 21 plus, and but when it's in draft day, you can take the kids in there and have a good time. So, anything else for me, my man? How are you doing with the weather?
That's about it. Just come on down to draft day and check it out. We've got some great beers on tap down there. You can follow us on social media. We'll be announcing all of our promotions and some big news coming up in regards to the app in the next few weeks. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Elite Sportsbook. And if you're kind of on the fence for signing up, just go to our website. Like you said, check it out. Scroll around, go through the easy menu on the side, and see what all offers are available. And then if you ever have questions, you can always contact our customer service 24/7. We can answer any questions you might have.
Awesome. Jake, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, my man. Stay warm out there.
I appreciate it. Yep.
All
Thanks.
Right.
You
Talk
too.
To you soon. Yep. Bye. Wrong button. All right. I hit the wrong buttons. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back at the top of the hour. It's just going to be a quick one here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
You like that? You like that?
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Janae and Golick Jr.
So I asked people, what's the kind of sports take where you almost want to say it like NBA players, where you cover your mouth at half court so no one can see what you're talking about when you say the thing you really want to talk about here. It's not slander to point out it's difficult for any one player to carry a basketball team right now. And saying that Steph Curry by himself is not capable of carrying a basketball team to championship heights, I don't think it's a slight. It's just a reality of how difficult it is to find the LeBron James caliber players who can drag a team by himself to a finals.
If you look at the situation, the reality is give him some more time. I agree with you. One player, it's going to be hard to lead a team. Giannis learned that last year. But now I feel like you have to give some time. He finally got Draymond Green back. He's going to get better shooting. And then, you shouldn't just put the cap on Steph Curry because all that conversation was a straight-up cap.
Janae and Golick Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's been less than a week since the Texans released J.J. Watt, but the market for the three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year is already red hot. Titans GM John Robinson confirmed Tuesday that he has been in touch with Watt's agents. Tennessee head coach Mike Vrabel was once Watt's D coordinator in Houston. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the Browns, Bills, and Steelers have also contacted Watt's reps. Another Pro Bowl defender is also now on the market. The Panthers released defensive tackle Kawan Short. The move saves Carolina nearly $9 million in cap space. The Dolphins shored up their special teams, signing kicker Jason Sanders to a 5-year, $22 million extension. Sanders was an All-Pro in 2020, making 36 of 39 field goal attempts. And projected first overall pick Trevor Lawrence had surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder Tuesday. Doctors say there were no complications, and the Clemson QB is expected to be fully healthy by training camp. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best way to spend your weekend is not doing chores. It's with sports. The games you need every weekend are on your sports leader, ESPN 1170.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hockey and basketball fans love scoring in nets, but what else do they have in common? A chance for an easy 100.
We're back. Thanks for tuning in to Don't Hassle Us Local today.
A couple things. I talked about the NBA dunk contest.
Correct.
The NBA and the NBA Players Association are going through trying to have it or not. Obviously, they're trying to figure out exactly what it's going to do. It's expected to take place, but they haven't announced it exactly. The rumors right now is that the dunk contest would take place during halftime of the All-Star game. So I wish I was more well-versed in things of the NBA, whatever else, but from what I'm reading, it's going to happen, but it hasn't been solidified that it's going to happen. And from there, I guess my question for you is this. Who do you want to see from the NBA in the dunk contest?
Nobody.
That's not the question. The answer, if it was, hey,
I mean, the Greek Freak, I guess. Zion.
Zion, definitely.
Bron.
It'll never happen. He's not even going to be. How about a 3-point contest?
Yes.
And you have
Steph Curry.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going the other direction.
Okay.
A 3-point contest, and you have to be. What's considered tall?
I don't know, 6 foot.
You have to be a 3-point contest, and you have to be over 6'2", 6'4". In a dunk contest.
What's considered tall?
A dunk contest.
Period, or what's
dunk contest, you have to be under 6 foot.
Well, you're gonna have too many people dunking.
Why not? Sure, you can. They can all dunk.
Under 6 foot dunking? I don't know.
How long do I have to work on?
There's probably not that many players in the NBA below 6 foot.
Okay, that's a good start for me. Since obviously I really don't know what I'm talking about.
Bud Webb is long gone. He was like your height, 5'6".
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, still.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look up the results right now of state duels that are going on. We know for a fact the first round that happened in Class 3A, North Scott beat Fort Dodge. Bettendorf lost to Waukee. It was a close one until the end, and Bettendorf forfeited the last 2 weight classes, and they just didn't throw out there Dustin Boren at 26, and they were already going to forfeit 32. So Waukee went on to advance. Bettendorf went on the other side. I don't know. I'm looking up right now. Did you see anything from Koss on Twitter, T-Roy?
I've been kind of going through. The last thing I saw was what was going on with Bettendorf. Let me see if I can find Koss again.
I'm trying to pull it up, too. I just don't want to end up wasting time going to track wrestling for this or whatever else. So if there's any results, go to tournaments.
I don't see anything from Koss lately, but that doesn't mean...
Twitter
just sucks.
Assumption lost in the first round in 2A, that I know as well also. Just for the FYI for people out there, I am going up tomorrow. I won't be there in time for Class 1A to cover that. All
right.
Yep. What do you got for me?
All right, Assumption leads. Sorry. All right, hold on. Let's go to the Koss. 2 minutes ago, North Scott and Waverly Shell Rock trade pins at the first 2 weights.
Okay.
So that's North Scott Waverly Shell Rock semifinal.
6-6 right now, and after 2 weight classes.
Yeah, Bettendorf lost 39-30.
Okay, so
they'll wrestle Fort Dodge for 7th place.
At
4:30.
I'm not taking without. I have not received anything, so I don't want to take away from what North Scott did. I mean, they were the 5 seed, and Fort Dodge was the 4. They handled Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge is a good squad, but there are times in duels where teams will just basically throw out their JV because they don't care about the state duel tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know if Fort Dodge is in the running.
Looks like Ella Schmidt had a 9-1 major at 106. That gave them a lead at one point.
Okay.
So they were up 22-21 at some point.
So I will be up there tomorrow, so guarantees there won't be a show tomorrow here at Don't Hassle So Local. I will be covering first round for Class 3 at 1:30. You can follow me on Twitter doing that.
That's
and then,
pretty dominant. Ella went at 9-1.
Yeah, Class 2A will be the first round at 6 o'clock. Also, I'll be on Twitter that. Then on
Go hang
Friday,
out with Koss.
and then on Friday, I probably will see what he's up to. He'll probably won't answer my texts or whatever. I'll say I'm busy.
Leave me alone, Jay.
Yeah. The only thing, and then the quarterfinals 1A and 3A are at 9 a.m. on Friday, and the 2A quarterfinals and 1A semifinals are at 2:30. I'll definitely be around for that. I'm on the fence on if I'm going to stick around for the semifinals on Friday night, just because of traveling back so late. But I think I'm going to watch the I think I'm going to stick around, watch the semifinals, cover them on the winner side, because what happens is the loser side wrestles after the winner. So if we have anybody in the Quad Cities in the semifinals, then I will probably come back. I'll probably just stick around for them, or maybe I'll call it early. It'll all depend on quarterfinals. But I'm excited to go up there and watch wrestling and get the access all around. And Easer A's yesterday said that in my interviews it would be like, who's the greatest Super Bowl MVPs on what's your Mount Rushmore? That wouldn't be it. Everyone knows what the question asks those high schoolers is. It's what's the most used emoji? Or emoji. What is it? How's it pronounced? I don't know.
I don't know. Emoji?
Yeah, I don't know. Anger always gives me a hard time because I pronounce it wrong. So
how do you pronounce it?
Because I say emoji. I think it's emoji. Emoji. I think it's emoji.
Emoji. You're emphasizing the E of it.
Yeah.
It's still...
Because it's supposed to be like emotion, so it's emoji.
Emoji.
All right. Anyway.
Keep saying it your way, bud.
Huh?
I like it your way.
Yeah, it just shows how old I am.
Emoji.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? When it was a GIF. Is it still a GIF?
Yeah, it's.
See, I thought it was a GIF.
JT across the hall. It's a GIF or a GIF. It depends. It's like an argument all over like Reddit all over again.
I still don't know how to pronounce it. I call it a funny little meme.
Okay.
Oh, meme. By the way, I thought it was a meme at first.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah. Gosh, we're old.
What's a meme?
So we started off this show.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mount Rushmores.
All right.
We're not going to get to the Mount Rushmore. We're going to get to... Yeah, we might. We started off the show talking about the new television show, Young Rock.
Uh-huh. You want me to give you my Mount Rushmore?
No. It's completely different.
Okay.
We're going to have to break this down.
All right.
The greatest, and some of them have more, the greatest, not finisher. Not that at all. Well, we can get there if you want to.
Okay.
The greatest catchphrase.
For a professional
For
wrestler?
a professional wrestler. Now, you got to understand. Stone Cold's got a few. The Rock has a few.
Ric Flair?
Hulk Hogan's got a couple. I think Ric Flair is completely out.
What?
Because I think his...
Woo!
Okay, so Woo gets to go. But
Woo's number one.
Yeah. Well, you've got...
You want to give me the top...
Jet
I'm
flying,
giving you how many
kiss
in the top
stealing,
five?
wheeling, dealing, son of a gun.
I'm giving the top five?
Well, I mean, The Rock's got a couple. He's got Smell What the Rock is Cooking.
All right.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Woo is there from Flair.
Mm-hmm. The Rock's got... finally, The Rock has come back to whatever else.
The Smell What the Rock is Cooking is up there.
I just think that's terrible.
Can you smell?
Can I give you some before you just start writing them down and saying where they belong?
Okay.
So you've got...
What's Hulk Hogan's?
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. What you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you?
That's the one. What you gonna do?
Yep. Macho Man
When the
is...
power of the pythons
Yeah.
run wild on you, brother.
These 24-inch pythons. What you gonna do, King Kong Bundy? When the Hulkamaniacs and these 24-inch pythons come running for you. Macho Man is, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Bret Hart is the best there is, there was, and ever will be.
What's up there?
Stone Cold's got a few.
Yeah.
Can I get a hell yeah? Austin 3:16 just says, I whooped your ass. The one where he says, what? What? When he interrupts him the entire time.
I like the, can I get a hell yeah? We use it all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any other ones out there?
I'm trying to think more into... See, Dusty Rhodes didn't really have a catchphrase. The Legion of Doom had What a Rush. Ooh, what a rush. Undertaker's Rest in Peace.
No.
I'm trying to think. Did HBK have anything?
It's got to reach someone like me who is this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, what about Cena?
Cena has The Champ is Here, and You Can't See Me.
Yeah, You Can't See Me is pretty good.
You Can't See Me.
You Can't See Me. God, that is so good.
Why is that good? What does that mean?
It is. I love it, dude. It's
I
like,
just don't know what it means.
Can't see me.
And I should know what it means. Like, all right.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Brad writes, you've got Scott Halls, Razor Ramon, Ayo, the bad guys here. Or
it's good,
Ayo.
but it's not the best.
Too Sweet's good. It's just the problem is it's used by too many people. It can't be. It's just it went from Too Sweet started with
Didn't
NWO.
Brutus Beefcake used to do a thing where he'd kiss and slap his butt?
No, yeah, that's not.
Or was that Paul Orndorff? I love Paul Orndorff. Mr. Number Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful was good, but
Love Mr. Wonderful.
I just don't know if catchphrases really started more in the 90s. So anything else? I mean, you cut a promo, you do whatever else. Dusty Rhodes' Son of a Plumber is not his thing. Yeah, there you go. Chris just writes The $1 Million Man. Everybody has his price. It's up there.
All right.
Every man has his price. I'm trying to think. Did Bobby the Brain Heenan have anything?
What about Roddy Piper?
What did Roddy Piper say? I just think too much of the movie, the movie about the aliens.
Yeah.
I came to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Looks like I'm all out of bubblegum. And he kind of rode with that for a while.
Loved Roddy Piper.
I don't know if there's anyone else. I don't think Classy Freddie Blassie just had. You guys are pencil nut geeks. Let's see if there's anybody else. All right. Yeah, it is up there. Goldberg with Who's Next. Goldberg is
you hate Goldberg.
I just do.
Why do you hate Goldberg
I
so
never
much?
bought him as a wrestler. I never thought he was anything in particular. I hated that they gave him such a I hated that they gave him so much. Like, he went undefeated on an undefeated streak. He wrestled no more.
Goldberg.
He wrestled no more than 4 minutes at a time.
All
Not that I
right.
care about the technician part of it, but all right. So Ric Flair, anything he does is there. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
I mean, between The Rock, Hogan, and Flair, you have the three most famous wrestlers of all time.
Whether you like it or you don't like it,
Other
better
than
learn to
Andre the
love
Giant.
it.
But you know what I'm saying?
Whether you like it or you don't like it, you better learn to love it because I'm the best thing that's going on. Come on. He's just good.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it used to be, can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Mhm.
Solid, dude.
I like your litmus test where it goes to. Someone like you. So we know if you hear woo, you know that that's Ric Flair.
Yeah. And then Hulkamania, what are you going to do? The power of the Python, brother.
We all know, so that's got to be in there.
Macho Man, I mean, that went as far as is into Slap and Do a Slim Jig. Dig it. Yeah.
Ooh, Dig It's there too.
Dig it.
Yeah, he also has it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would say this. The Can You Get a Hell Yeah might be replaced by You Can't See Me. Because I can tell you this. The Can't See Me thing, I mean, that got huge.
The hell yeah is okay, but it's more, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Because I mean, that's your mic drop.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's your mic drop right there. You walk away from the interview, you don't have to say anything. You could go to a contract negotiation. You know, they're in the middle of the ring, and then he says whatever he wants, and then he gets done. He goes, and that's the bottom line, and then he can throw the microphone and then the rest of the arena goes because Stone Cold said so.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Okay.
All right, I like that one.
I think it. I mean, if you look at it, oh yeah, thank you, Chris Jump. Yes,
What?
DX has one. I got 2 words for you. It's risque, yeah, but it's at least they had
Dude,
something.
that was pretty solid too.
I'm partial to DX, so I have to stay out of that one. But that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, That one's pretty good. And the actions afterwards, the nonverbal with it or whatever else, good. Like I get excited like if you see like in female sports a female athlete do that chop, and I'm like, that's really good. They just walk around doing that. All right, so it's Ric Flair's Woo. So you want to say smell what the Rock is cooking?
Hogan's what are you gonna do?
Hogan's got to go up there. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you knew it. Like Mean Gene knew what was coming after that. Like it's just. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine didn't know what they were getting into when they're messing with me and my man Ultimate Warrior. Come to WWF in your house.
I can believe you're reciting something you saw
Austin,
in real life.
Texas, next Sunday night. And you can see what's going to happen. I'm telling you guys. What you gonna do, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake? When the Ultimate Warrior, the Hulkamaniacs, and these 24-inch pythons run wild on you. All right, Hulk gets up there, and then finally, I think Austin goes in there.
But Macho Man, though. You think Austin before Macho Man? You say, are we only doing 4? It's a Mount Rushmore?
I don't know. We can do a top 5, but I actually...
If it's a Rushmore, then that's tough. I think the 3 are there, and that one, ooh, man. Yeah. I would probably say Austin probably before Macho Man just because it got...
Yeah, because just like you said, Austin got to go. Because it's good, and yes, it went over to step into a Slim Jim. But again, Woo, everyone knows what you're talking about. You smell what the Rock's going to know what I'm talking about. If I say, what you going to do? If I was just in the middle of a tavern and we were goofing around and I said, what you going to do? Somebody would go...
Power of the Pythons run wild
24-inch pythons run around you. And then finally... Austin is, and that's the bottom line, and someone would say, because Stone Cold said so. So that's where I think it is. The Can't See Me is more of like...
I know.
It was more at the end of like one of his raps, or he would do it right before he did his 5-knuckle shuffle type of thing.
That 5-knuckle shuffle has a whole different meaning to me, Jay. I don't know what it means to him.
Well, that's
different meaning for me.
I got another. I do have a sports-related question. Then we can actually come back to a little bit of wrestling, but I do have a sports-related question that's just it's your input on something, and then I'll do it as well and then we'll break down some things about sports. I know sometimes you guys tune in for X's and O's and what do we see here, and I can tell you that they did the NCAA. The committee released the top 16, and over the weekend, just to basically give a little teaser what might be the 1 through 4 seeds or whatever else. And I think Iowa was, I just had it in front of me, Iowa was 13th. I don't like where Axial Sports kind of figured it out where they're at, because they basically had them as a 16 overall seed, meaning they would be in the same region as Gonzaga. I think actually they're going to creep up into the 3s by when it's all said and done. And a lot has to do with how they do in Indianapolis for the Big Ten tournament. So, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. ESPN Don't Hassle Us Local. I'm going to ask you a sports question, but it's kind of more like your opinion and things you want to do. But we will be right back. Don't Hassle Us Local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
All the sports you need right here. The Quad Cities sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM. KBOB, Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
You like that? You like that? Today, Angola Jr.
So I asked people, what's the kind of sports take where you almost want to say it like NBA players, where you cover your mouth at half court so no one can see what you're talking about when you say the thing you really want to talk about here. It's not slander to point out it's difficult for any one player to carry a basketball team right now. And saying that Steph Curry by himself is not capable of carrying a basketball team to championship heights, I don't think it's a slight. It's just a reality of how difficult it is to find the LeBron James caliber players who can drag a team by himself to a finals.
If you look at the situation, the reality is give him some more time. I agree with you. One player, it's going to be hard to lead a team. Giannis learned that last year. But now I feel like you have to give some time. He finally got Draymond Green back. He's going to get better shooting. And then, you shouldn't just put the cap on Steph Curry because all that conversation was just straight up cap.
Shanae and Gola Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hockey and basketball fans love scoring in nets, but what else do they have in common? A chance for an easy 100 from BetMGM. Register for the King of Sportsbook and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Clippers versus the Jazz, and if either team hits a 3, you win. Simply sign up using bonus code FOSTER100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Maybe you have more in common with table tennis fans. No matter your sport, BetMGM is where the stakes are always raised. Enjoy parlay selection features to build the parlay of your dreams, boosted odds specials for major payouts, daily promotions, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on the Clippers or Jazz to hit a 3. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's been less than a week since the Texans released J.J. Watt, but the market for the three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year is already red hot. Titans GM John Robinson confirmed Tuesday that he has been in touch with Watt's agent. Tennessee head coach Mike Vrabel was once Watt's D coordinator in Houston. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the Browns, Bills, and Steelers have also contacted Watt's reps. Another Pro Bowl defender is also now on the market. The Panthers released defensive tackle Kawan Short. The move saves Carolina nearly $9 million in cap space. The Dolphins shored up their special teams, signing kicker Jason Sanders to a 5-year, $22 million extension. Sanders was an All-Pro in 2020, making 36 of 39 field goal attempts. And projected first overall pick Trevor Lawrence had surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder Tuesday. Doctors say there were no complications, and the Clemson QB is expected to be fully healthy by training camp. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back, Little Hassle Maniacs.
Did you find anything on the Twitter from Koss? Anything up? Any updates or anything?
There was an update.
This is about the state wrestling tournament.
Yeah,
duels.
160-pounder for Assumption. Or no, for the 160-pounder for North Scott. Sorry, lost.
That's hold on. Don't tell. That's Devin Streif. Is he okay? He's wrestling on a torn ACL.
Well, let me go back to it really quick because I had it, and then
I just hope it's not like a medical type of thing because he's I think he's ranked 5th or 6th in the state, and he made that injury in
I'm
June.
sorry, 160. Sean Mwangi defeats Dylan Marty.
Okay,
94.
maybe I'm off. Maybe they bumped around. Maybe he's not wrestling. I have no idea. Okay,
Seth Madden, was that a guy?
Yeah,
we talked about.
That's a real person. Yeah. That's a.
Well, didn't we bring him up the other day?
Yeah, I think we got brought up.
He beat Cole Thompson 8-3.
Okay.
The duel is now tied at 9 through 4 weights. That was 2 minutes ago from Koss.
Through 4 weights. Okay, so yeah, it went pin, decision. Okay, and
Yeah,
okay,
they traded
10
pins.
more to go.
They traded pins at the first 2 weights.
We'll see what happens. Shellrock's pretty good, but North Scott's really came to wrestle, and I'm proud of him.
So first, the pins were, just so you know,
in the first hour we made
Peyton Westland at 145.
Yep. Solid.
And then an Aiden Riggins over an Aiden Carey.
Mm-hmm. We
spelled differently, but 2 Aidens.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
And there's something like our friend Cody Godwin from Des Moines Register, and he's been on the show before. He said I think he's counted up 17 Kales in the tournament.
I was talking about kale
with
my wife today.
You're talking about kale, the name?
Like kale the food.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was putting kale in her salad. And I'm like, I reminded her of the time when we went somewhere and someone baked kale and we had like
baked potato chips, baked kale chips, yeah?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Worst thing ever. But I was like, I likened it to, like, remember like Jeff Foxworth, he used to do the whole thing? You might be a redneck if your famous last words were, hey, y'all, watch this. All right? And like, I'm thinking to myself, you might be a weirdo if you like kale.
I think they put kale in that Zuppa's whatever soup at Olive Garden.
I'm joking about the kale. If you like kale, just calm down. You're not a real weirdo. All right? I don't want to... his words hurt my feelings. But seriously, do you like kale?
No.
Like Amy trying to tell me, I just like it because it tastes crisp. I'm like, it tastes terrible.
No, I don't
like.
Want that.
I like romaine.
Yeah, I don't. Want that.
I want my salad to have like a little bit of water on it. You know, like some juiciness. Some, like not this dry piece of. I might as well eat cardboard. Here, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this napkin. I like kale. Right.
Right.
Thank you, weirdo Amy.
In the first hour, we talked about the odds for teams to make the World Series. Not odds, percentage to make the World Series. The Cubs were not very high on that list.
No.
And you mentioned it. It's tough to be right. It's not. The comparison to the 85 Bears is very good. The future.
They have the eighth best chance in the National League.
The future is the problem right now. You can look at 2020 and toss that aside, and you can look at 2021 and be like, well, they didn't make any money. But now you look at the free agents coming up next year. In the top 10 free agents, according to R.J. Anderson from CBSSports.com, 3 for next season after the 2021 season, 3 are Cubs.
Rizzo, Baez, and Bryant?
That's right. Baez being the number 2 overall, Bryant being the number 7, and Rizzo being the number 8. There's just no way they're keeping... I don't think they're keeping 2 out of the 3.
It's over then.
So I think it's Baez is where your focus is going to be, right?
You have to keep Baez.
And then I don't know where Rizzo is at, what type of contract you can get him or what he's going to get. And the only thing you can hope for is that
I feel sorry for their brother-in-law. He lives and dies by this crap.
The only thing you can hope for here, though, even though the pitching's really not there, because it's a man in a yellow hat, an older Jake Arrieta, whatever.
Pedro Strop?
Yeah.
Isn't he a reliever?
But you got to hope that can 3 guys and the rest of the guys that they signed on that team, can 3 guys have a contract year? Because, a lot of times you'll see players just go play out of their mind in a contract year. Can 3 guys carry this team? And it's that's just baseball doesn't work that way. None of them are throwing a slider. That's a problem.
Right.
That's the only thing, the only glimmer of hope that I think the Cub fans have this year for the Chicago Cubs are 3 guys playing out of their minds. And baseball is a weird thing. It's a very contagious game.
My thing is, though, there was no reason why they shouldn't be able to afford these guys if the Ricketts family didn't buy up half of Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Pay the luxury tax. Do what the Yankees do. Like, seriously? It gets to be ridiculous. The Dodgers are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Let me take a look while I'm on here or whatever else and talking about this. Now, what I was getting to is that, and this is what I tell the girls in softball. If 3 can have a career year, a contract year, I can't say career year, a contract year, all right?
So that's the 3 of them hitting, 30 home runs around there, 100 ribbies. Each one of them. Right?
Yep.
And all of them batting 285 or higher.
Yep.
I'll give you 275 or higher.
All right, you still got Wilson Contreras.
Who they've been trying to trade.
Oh man, this is. I'm trying to.
Jock Peterson. So let me think of the starting lineup right now.
There you go.
All right, you got Contreras at catcher.
Rizzo at 1.
Rizzo at the 1. Who's the second baseman now?
It's going to be David. Is it Bodie?
Bodie.
It sounds terrible. It sounds awesome. Or
third base is Bryant. I think.
Yep. And Baez would be your shortstop.
All All right, left field. Is that Jock?
That'll be Jock Peterson.
Okay. Center field is
Ian Happ.
Okay. In right field?
31-year-old Jason Hayward.
Wow. He seems older than that.
He looks older than that.
Okay.
So if it's a let me see if I can.
Okay. Out of that, I mean, who are backups?
Okay.
Just give me like bench players that we know that are decent.
Alcantara is a infield guy that can. Nico Horner can play second. He'll probably actually start at second.
Okay.
So
Bodie will be utility. Bodie will bounce around. He'll give Brian.
So
days
Nico will
off.
probably play second. Bodie will, and he can play left field too. So days that Jack Peterson's not there. In center field, you have Jake Mraznik and Philip Irvin.
Okay.
As far as your catcher goes, Austin Romine.
Yeah.
And
they
then
were supposed to have another really good catcher coming up out of the minors too.
Here's your starting rotation.
Oh boy. Yellow hat.
Man in the yellow hat, Cal Hendricks, Jake Arrieta, Zach Davies.
Who?
Zach Davies.
Okay.
Alec Mills.
Okay.
Adbert Olzole.
Underlay, what?
Olzolay, Alzolay. I'll give you. And I was never a fan of signing Craig Kimbrell for the Cubs, but
he's still there, and Pedro Strope's still there. Well, now there, I should say.
Yeah. Adbert Alzolay is 25 years old.
Okay.
He is. Let's see. He's had 6 games started
in his career.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mills?
Let me pull them up real quick. So the question was, can 3 guys carry this team? Now, I mean, you've got a little bit. I forgot. You got Jack Peterson.
They're going to need a healthy season out of Contreras. Jock Peterson to give you maybe 20 and 75. Ian Happ or whoever's playing there is going to have to give you 15 and 60. Hayward just give you something. Bodie needs to give you about the same thing as Happ, 15. I mean, Bodie could be the surprise guy.
There's a possibility, is what I'm saying. It's not a very good division. Because what were the Cardinals' chances of even making it to World Series?
36.
The lowest out of every division leader, right?
By far.
Yeah. There is a possibility. It's there for the Cubs to win the division.
No, the Cardinals have a great lineup. I mean, I know they signed Arenado, but their pitching staff, right? Isn't it kind of...
Well, they just got back.
I mean, I'm not saying it's as weak as the Cubs, but it could be not that great.
I'm right there with you here. I'll give you the depth chart. Thank you, ESPN.com. I'm a company man. All right, your starters for the Cardinals.
Yeah, pitching.
Jack Flaherty.
Flaherty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I pronounce this wrong, please don't kill me, Cardinal fans. Kwang Hyung Kim.
Yeah.
Miles Mikolas.
Okay.
Adam Wainwright.
Old.
And Carlos Martinez.
I mean, the Flaherty kid's pretty good, and I think Kim's decent.
They've got a lot of closers. All right, obviously Yachty's back another year. Paul Goldschmidt's at 1. Tommy Edmonds at 2nd. Nolan Arenado's at 3rd. Paul DeJong is at shortstop. Tyler O'Neill in left field. Harrison Bader in center field. Tommy Edmond in right field. It's not... Nothing jumps out at you. Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, and I mean Yachty's old. DeJong does well.
The Cubs are looking a lot better if they keep Darvish, right?
Well, the Cubs need to make a decision what they're going to do. You'll know as a Cub fan.
Well, they either sell the farm or they quit farting around.
If they make this decision to trade Chris Bryant to the Mets now, you know it's over with.
Right.
Now, if they wait until see what it is during the trade deadline, you'll know as well also. So It is a wait and see approach.
But if they trade Bryant, then they need to keep Baez and Rizzo.
I'm fine with that. There's hope, and I hope they come out of the gate and win 10, 12 straight. Honestly, it's good for us. It's good for the show. It's good for Cub fans. But if they drop 12 in a row, then that's all you're going to hear. It's over. You won't even get the wait till next year type of thing. So I hope they come out firing out of the gate like what they plan on doing, and that's what I hope for. I don't want to. I'm just basically saying exactly what it looks like right now, but I hope they don't. If I look at this real quick, let's see. Let's do this. And we are going way over the top, looking this far ahead of but I just want to see they're trying to look at the schedule. Trying to see if there we go. April 1. So Cubs open up with Pittsburgh. Things are looking up already. At home. Opening day. They got Pittsburgh. Then they have a day off. They got Pittsburgh again. Yeah, hey, they might start off 2-0.
Look at that. Things are already looking up, Chicago.
I know. So that's So that's what you got to hope for. So, let's see. Before I go to a question that I wanted to ask you. Oh, I'm running through time here. Give me regular season. Well, first half is fine. I'll take that. Pittsburgh for. Look, hey.
All right.
Cub fans. Pittsburgh for 3.
Yeah.
At home for 3 against Milwaukee.
Okay.
They usually do pretty well against them. Then they travel to Pittsburgh for 3 more.
Okay.
We're looking at 9-0. And then they go to Milwaukee, which is Wrigley North.
Yeah.
12-0 is not out of the realm.
Let's settle for 10-2, Jay.
10-2 looks good.
I'll take 9-3 at this point.
Then they play host to the Atlanta Braves and the Mets, but forget about that. Yeah. Let's worry about the first 12.
Uh-huh.
I see a lot of Pittsburgh and Detroit on there for their first.
They're going to need a lot.
2 months.
They're going to need a lot of that. They're going to need some Colorado Rockies.
I see Cincinnati in that first month. Oh, it's first 2 months. Detroit, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. You guys are in trouble. I don't know. It's there. 10-2. Circle it. Let's nail it right now.
All right. Cubs start 10-2. Jay
Cubs
says.
start 10-2, and everything's right in the world of Cubland. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. We'll talk about it briefly. We'll go to break. If you could have dinner with any active athlete, who would it be and where would you take them?
Oh, I have to pay.
You have to pick. And where would you go?
All right, active athlete.
Any active athlete.
So they're playing currently now. They are on a roster of sorts. Who would it be? Dak.
You would?
Yeah. I'd take him down to half Nelson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to come here. I'm not going there. He can fly here. If I'm buying dinner.
Yeah, I didn't say. I mean, it said you had. I didn't say you had to pay or anything like that.
Oh.
That's an interesting. All right. What would your conversation with Dak be about?
Well, if Jerry doesn't take care of him,
then
I'm leaving.
Like he has to give you full disclosure.
I'll leave with him.
Wherever you go, wherever you go,
yeah.
I'm going.
Well, if he went to Miami, that'd be great.
If he went to Miami, yeah, you get to choose where he gets to go.
Yeah. No, I would just, he's a good dude. Like to meet him. How about that?
I agree with that.
Trying to think what other active athlete would I like to meet? Have dinner with. Love to have dinner with Tiger Woods at the Masters. Eh?
That's a solid pick. You get to have Tiger Woods' what do you mean at the Masters? Like his dinner? His choice?
Yeah. Like I'd go with him to the Masters. Like we have dinner there.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. That's thinking outside the box, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't beat that. Is there any other, like, tradition like that? Someone will know. Miguel Amaya is the catching prospect, says Glancy.
Okay.
Man, who would I pick? Nobody in the NBA. I don't think there's anybody in the NFL. There's no NASCAR
Really?
driver.
Joe Burrow. Deshaun Watson.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Well, I'm going to think outside of it. I'm going to pick from the fifth major sport. I would pick Johnny Bananas from MTV The Challenge.
Oh, my Christ almighty.
There's no doubt about that.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who just got mad at you?
Who?
You know who your biggest crush is, right?
Well, that's where if I have to pick from the big four, it's me and Bryce Harper,
Yes.
and we're eating Philly cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. But it's not as good as the Masters. I wish it was as good as the Masters, but it's not as good as the Masters.
All right.
So, Joe Burrow would be up there if I'm thinking about if I did all four. I don't know anybody in hockey that I would be like, oh yeah, I got to do that. I don't know why. I don't know. Before we go to break, if you could have dinner with any active coach, who would it be?
Well, certainly not fat Jason Garrett.
No way. You couldn't afford that bill.
God, him and I would eat too much. Man, active coach. Active coach. That is a tough one, Jay. That is a really tough one. I'm trying to think of coaches that I admire throughout the sports. Man, Bird. I would love to sit down and I think Bruce Arians would be a guy.
I think
he likes good wine and stuff. You probably know a cool place. Speed him down in Tampa. Go somewhere cool.
You know what would be like the popular pick would be like Sean McVay, but eventually I'd be annoyed. After like the fourth time being like,
right.
Hey, do you remember that play that you ran in the Super Bowl, like first quarter in your second series? And he like goes over and he can, because of his memory, and finally be like, okay, the carnival act's over. I'm good.
Yeah, like he
move on to
regular he doesn't do it for me. I like Arians has a nice personality, good attitude. Trying to think who's kind of a
Lou Russo likes to party, so I'd like to sit down and eat with him.
Who's the dude? Is it Mike Gundy? That always has good quotes. Give a rat's ass. Twitter would say. Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, that'd be good.
The rat's ass Twitter guy'd be fun.
I can give a rat's ass about Twitter. Yeah, Gundy's pretty good. Well, and then obviously we've heard the stories. If we're going down to college or whatever else, we've heard the stories from our friend Emily, who was on the show yesterday, about Mike Leach. And that guy puts down a bottle of Tito's, and he's just telling stories.
Oh, maybe it was Leach I was thinking of.
Well, they're both legit guys.
Well,
so.
obviously, I think Kirk and Fran would be up there.
Yeah, and I'd say the same thing about Brands, but that's just too intense. And I think you could. It's more one of those things like you and I could probably pull that off with Kirk or Fran or Brands at some Hawkeye thing to be like, have dinner. You just have to bid on an auction. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's more thinking outside of like who everyone to go to. I don't know. All right, let's take a quick break here. ESPN 11/7. When we come back, let's do it. We'll put up the best finishers of all time professional wrestling. We'll end it with that. All right,
I'm gonna love it.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
He's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us for Local.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
We're talking with Mark Brenny, owner of Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf, who seems to be quite happy. Hey, Mark, what's up?
I'm in love. Spring is in the air, the birds are singing, my heart is filled with joy, and all is fine with the universe.
Oh, so what's her name?
Her name is Eliminator.
Isn't she one of those dancers out in Mount Joy?
Heck no. A woman? Get real. My Kawasaki ZL600 Eliminator never goes shopping, doesn't nag, never has a headache, and is always ready to ride when I want to.
Come on, are those the only comparisons you can make?
Well, unlike a woman, my Kawasaki loves it. when I hit the gas. Oops.
Mark!
All right, well, see, I told you.
Find your new love in a Kawasaki motorcycle at Bernie's Motorcycle Clinic at 4426 State Street, Bettendorf, across from the Alcoa Gas Company. Almost.
When you're listening to the best sports talk, you know you found your sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
What do I do with the number one overall pick? I know the New York Jets are sitting there at number 2. Everyone seems to think that Joe Douglas says that he's going to go lock and step with whoever he hires as the head coach to make a decision on Sam Darnold's future. But let's assume that that person moves on from Sam Darnold or want to move on from Sam Darnold. I'm Urban Meyer, and I like Justin Fields because I helped recruit him, I know him, and I'm sitting at the number 1 spot. And the Jets are at 2. What I would do is pick up the phone to the Jets and say, hey, we're interested in Trevor Lawrence, but we hear you are too. You want to trade it and move 1 spot up? I tell you what, give me everything that you got in the first round this year, and I'll let you jump in front of me and take that spot to get Trevor Lawrence, because I really want Justin Fields without you really knowing that.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
If you're Dak Prescott, do you believe in the management of the Cowboys? Do you believe they can help you to win a Super Bowl? I personally don't know if I believe that in Dallas. If I'm Dak, I want to hold them hostage. I not only want my money, I not only want the years I get, but if I don't get that, then franchise tag me for another year. Pay me my $38, $39 million and let my proof be on the field. I know he just had an injury, and I know that's a gamble for a guy like Dak Prescott, but then I'm thinking about, can I go to a scenario like San Francisco? Like, what's going to happen with Jimmy G? For Kyle Shanahan, that defense, that can help me win a Super Bowl a lot quicker. Can I go to a situation like a New Orleans? Drew Brees is going to retire. That defense is intact. I have weapons. I know what's there.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Welcome back, everybody, you little hassle maniacs. This is Don't Hassle Us Local, AM 1170. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so we've had an interesting day. We talked about the Young Rock. We talked with Jake from Elite Sportsbook. We mapped how the Cubs are going to start off 10-2 this season. We mapped that out.
Mapped it out.
Uh-huh. We looked at the National League teams and their chances to make the World Series. And we just had a few questions. We had a trivia question. But now we're going to discuss the best, in our own way, getting to the road to WrestleMania, the best finishing moves of all time.
All right.
Now give me some of your favorites.
Some of my favorites.
Yes.
Hulk Hogan's leg drop.
Tell you what, people, no one knows the amount of damage he did to his body doing that. It really is not good. It's not a good move for him. It's bad on the spine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, not good. The leg drop, although in this day and age, it didn't seem like much, but back then when that thing came,
oh yeah,
when he huffed and puffed, when he hulked up,
yeah,
you knew it was coming.
The Superfly.
Yeah, off the top rope. Yep, Superfly Snuka.
The top rope elbow of Macho Man.
Okay.
Let me see. The pile driver of Paul Orndorff.
Okay. That was used on by a lot of people.
I know.
I'm going with your favorites, and then I'll get them moved.
I'll just put pile driver, but
sure.
That was probably used by a ton of dudes. Who did the DDT?
Jake the Snake.
That's right, the DDT.
That was a legit one. That was like the first one that I was like actually scared of.
Yeah, that one looked like it really. I mean, the pile driver always thought me. Oh, dude, camel clutch.
Yeah.
And my favorite.
Okay.
The Cobra clutch. Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, which is a version of the sleeper hold.
Well, but it's different.
Yeah, I know.
I used to do it to my dad. He hated it.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other.
The figure 4 actually hurts.
Yes, but who always did the figure 4? That was
Ric Flair.
Yeah, but there was a guy that was WWF. Wasn't it Greg Valentine?
It was. He used to wear a shin guard and he'd turn it around.
Yeah.
The figure 4 is a legit one. It actually hurts.
Yeah.
I remember I made someone cry in like 5th grade putting that on him.
Yeah, dude. You're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, well, they really put the pressure on.
Yeah. I mean, the sleeper hold, that's...
Okay.
I mean, it's a good move.
Then if we fast forward to...
Okay.
Where now they have moves.
Yeah, what? You'll know all the new ones.
Well, you've got the rock bottom by the Rock, which also...
What is that?
It's like they're off to the side, and then so he's like the guy you'd be facing here, and he throws so that would be their right arm over his shoulder, and he grabs them by their left shoulder, and he lifts them up, and then he kicks out their feet, and then he slams them down.
Face down?
No, it'll be back down because the guy's facing that way. That's the rock bottom, also with the people's elbow.
Who's the people's elbow?
That's the Rock as well. He takes the elbow off and he goes, whoo, whoo, and he points and he runs back and forth. So the rock bottom's pretty good. You got Triple H's pedigree.
Okay, ooh, there was another one.
Which is a form of pile driver.
Who was who had the awesome the flying clothesline? Wasn't that Tito Santana?
Kinda.
Dude,
yeah.
That was a badass finishing move, man.
So did running clothesline was Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
You've got the Stone Cold Stunner by Steve Austin. Kicks him in the belly. They bend over. Grabs him by the back.
It's kind of a version of the DDT. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So that's good. And then you've got the RKO, which is the version of sort of like that, but it's a little bit different, and it's a version of the Diamond Cutter. So you have pile driver on there. If you take the pedigree and you take the tombstone pile driver, they're both basically a form of a pile driver, so that can go up there. And then out of things that aren't so much like power moves, you've got the F5 from Brock Lesnar. You've got the super kick from what they call Sweet Chin Music from HBK. The 5-knuckle shuffle.
What is that? I don't like the 5-knuckle shuffle.
That's what he does. He runs.
How does he do it?
He runs.
Show me what he does. Show me what he does.
He runs out to the ropes, and the guy's laying down. And then he goes, boom. He dusts a little, takes a little dirt off his shoulder, brushes a little dirt off his shoulder. He goes. He leans over and he goes, "You can't see me." And then he runs to the ropes, and then he. Boom, nails it.
Better than what I thought you were going to say he did.
No, yeah, that's it. What would be... Now, like, Dusty Rhodes with Bionic Elbow. Like, that's how much wrestling has evolved, though, into, like, these bigger moves now and flashier moves.
Right. Oh, who was... Oh! What happened? What about when George Animal Steel would eat the turnbuckle and then bounce your head against the steel?
Yeah, that was illegal.
Yeah, but I liked it.
That wasn't fair. So then if you go to finishing moves like tag teams, you had the Heart Attack by the Hart Foundation. Jimmy Emil Neidhart would...
What did Wild Samoans do? They had some crazy stuff.
I don't know. I think they just headbutted you. They did like flying headbutts. You had that, and you had the Doomsday by the Legion of Doom, where Hawk would put the guy on top of his shoulders and Animal go off the top rope and clothesline him, and the guy would basically like flip onto the thing. That was pretty legit. That scared me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that. I'm just trying to think there's plenty of, everyone's got like their certain ones, but I'm just more superstars. Like, honestly, Seth Rollins' curb stomp is pretty bad. Yeah. It looks legit. I mean, I don't even know how you pull that off without hurting yourself, but it looks good.
Yeah.
So, but I think you just have to sell it. You slide your foot off of it. But that's a good one. So, I don't know, the best of all time. I think the Stunner's probably up there. I think the Figure 4 is up there. But unfortunately, we're just relying on Ric Flair. The Pedigree, I think, is out of all the pile drivers. I think the Pedigree is the best looking one.
Who does the Pedigree?
Triple H.
All right.
I think that's the best one out of all of them. And
He's fully retired now, right?
He comes back every once in a while. Every time some like Saudi Arabian prince pays for them to go over there, like he comes back and wrestles. But other than that, every once in a while he'll stick his nose in business where it doesn't belong, and he might come out. But if he's going to wrestle this year, we'll know real soon because he'll make a storyline about himself to get into the ring at WrestleMania.
He's still C. McMahon's daughter?
Yeah, they're married with kids.
All right.
The dude's crazy. Triple H is.
What do you mean crazy?
Like he'll work all day long, do everything for the WWE, and then like his personal trainer doesn't come to his house till 11 o'clock at night. He works out like at 11 o'clock every night.
All right.
And he's still in good shape. So, I don't know. As far as the best finisher goes, if they're individual, like, named ones, I like the version of the camel clutch, which would be the opposite would be the Boston Crab or the Scorpion Deathlock or the Sharpshooter. That one's pretty good. It looks good.
Well, there was one. It was like the camel clutch, but yeah, the Boston Crab where you have their legs under your arms and you do that.
Yeah, that was the Boston Crab. Rick Martel did that. A couple
what
other
did
people
the British Bulldogs used to do? Didn't they do something like that?
I can't remember what they did. I really can't. I don't know. It's hard to find the best one because everyone kind of does a version of somebody else's type of thing.
Right.
And no one ever sits there and says like, oh yeah, I took it from there. There's kind of, unless they come across each other and then someone will be like, because there's always a story out there that Diamond Dallas Page gave the okay to Randy Orton to use the diamond cutter, but Randy Orton doesn't own up to that story, but Diamond Dallas Page owns, like he tells the story all the time. Like I gave him my permission, which doesn't really have to give him permission. And a lot of these guys see finishers when they are watching like New Japan Wrestling overseas and they're watching, on YouTube and they're like, oh, I'm going to try that. And then they bring it over here and name it something. So, oh, well, I don't know. All right, here's the rundown, folks. We're not going to have a show Thursday. We're not going to have one Friday. I'm going to be in Des Moines covering the Iowa High School wrestling tournament. For sure, first round, the quarters, maybe semis. I will be back in town Friday night, so I will not be doing the finals, and I will not be doing the medal round on Saturday, but we want to remind you to follow QCA Wrestle if that's the thing. Do it now so you're not on Friday or on Saturday looking for updates from me, and you'll be able to follow them well because I'll tag them in everything that I'm doing because I'll be working with Rob and Jay from QCA Wrestle. So no show tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. And we're going full out from there. There's nothing really on the schedule that's holding us back too much. And we're looking for maybe a possible day that we like on a Monday coming up. If any of you are interested in a Mandate Monday, we'll let you know how the details of that. But we're looking to get together something like that as well.
Just another Mandate Monday.
Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in, Cub fans.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's start off 10-2 and everything's cream cheese from there.
Yep.
And I think it's going to happen. So there's not much to worry about. T-Roy, do you have any big plans for the weekend?
No, not really.
Nothing?
No.
All right.
Boring existence.
Boring existence. I guess so. Is there anything? I feel like there was something Saturday or Sunday that's coming up, but nope. NASCAR's this weekend. Golf starts tomorrow. There are things on to watch. Catch up to the NBA as soon as you can. And, hey, pitchers and catchers report today. It's right around the corner. And within a week, by next weekend, they'll be starting games. Stay warm. Have a safe and sanitized week. Enjoy your Wednesday. Enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 1178.
Peace out.
All the sports you